Great, but you're from LA now. Because I was wondering, are you British and you still have that big accent?
I was British last time I looked. I was British.
But you still live in LA?
No, I don't actually live anywhere at the moment.
Okay.
I have no permanent address.
No permanent address. Donc, ils n'ont pas d'adresse permanente. Je leur demandais où ils demeurent. Ils ont l'air d'être un petit peu confus à ce niveau-là. Ils vivent dans une maison, en tout cas, c'est sûr et certain. Est-ce qu'on les appelle un groupe américain ou un groupe britannique? Ça reste à déterminer. Premièrement, j'aimerais présenter les nouveaux membres. Drummer Scott Garrett.
Hello.
Scott,
how are you? Good.
Apparently, you know very little about the Cult. Before joining the band 2 years ago, you knew the Love album. That's it?
That was about it. I was familiar with some of it. That was my favorite album. That was the one I listened to the most. But I think that, you know, that...
You've probably learned the other albums by now?
Of course. Of course. I would hope so.
Do you like them as well?
Of course.
Yeah?
It's kind of like James Brown, you know, like if I, miss a part, I get docked. So I was forced to learn all of it really quick.
And what band were you before?
I was in a band called Dag Nasty from Washington, D.C.
So you're American.
Yeah.
Okay. Donc, il était dans un groupe qui s'appelait Dagnesty, et il est américain, notre ami Scott, et Scott Garrett qui joue de la batterie avec, c'est laquelle cette fois-là? Celle-là, avec le groupe de Cult, bien sûr. Et il connaissait à peu près juste l'album Love, mais c'est comme James Brown, il dit, t'en manques un bout, tu réécoutes, et puis maintenant il connaît les chansons absolument par cœur. Et il y a aussi le nouveau bassiste qui est Craig Adams. Hi Craig.
Good afternoon.
Good haircut, I like it.
Thank you. It's easy to maintain. Wash and go.
Wash and go. Wash and go.
That's it, polish and go.
You used to be... Your previous band was The Mission.
Goth.
And the Sisters of Mercy. And the Sisters of Mercy. What, no good souvenir on that?
Goths. That's all I can say.
Okay.
They were goths.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
You dug yourself a hole now, Adams. Please explain.
Dirty.
Dirty.
Dark.
OK. Il n'a pas de l'air d'avoir des très, très bons... Craig n'a pas de l'air d'avoir des très bons souvenirs de ces deux anciens groupes, de Mission et de Sisters of Mercy. C'était des groupes assez noirs, qu'il dit. Un point, c'est tout. So, how, Ian, did you find your new
Al?
bass? Yeah,
We've known Craig for about 10 years.
Okay.
Like an old drinking friend.
Hi, Craig. You want to be
Drinking
with
in
us?
Patrick. And Scott came from the manager, was recommended to us by a manager. Bloody good recommendations.
And the chemistry was there?
Yeah, very much so.
And you've been together for 2 years now?
2 years. I don't think the Cult was ever a group previous to this.
Really?
No.
Really?
I think it was just the fear of goth. We just kept going and going and going and adding people. When we had tour, we'd find another musician, they'd have a drug habit, they'd lose them. It was the first time we've really had a band. This is why we want to present the four of us. It's a real harmonious situation.
Donc, Ian sent que c'est la première fois que le Cult est un groupe. Craig, ils connaissent depuis à peu près 10 ans, donc ils lui ont téléphoné un peu, c'est tout. Et Scott, c'est par leur géance qu'ils l'ont trouvé. Et la chimie s'est passée immédiatement. Ça fait maintenant 2 ans qu'ils sont ensemble et ça va très, très bien. Maintenant, on va écouter un extrait de Coming Down. Coming Down, ça va être le premier extrait commercial pour la radio. Moi, je connais la version d'album. Il y a des remixes qui existent.
You gotta show them the back.
The back.
That's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Donc, c'est notre ami Scott.
Scott and his brother.
Avec son frère. Donc, on écoute un petit extrait. Donc, c'est une excellente chanson, Coming Down. Donc, c'est un premier extrait à la radio commerciale. Il y en a un autre aussi parce qu'ils en sortiront deux en même temps, mais ça, c'est le premier extrait. Il y aura un clip également. Et c'est un excellent disque. Billy, you seem absolutely very... I know, I find it's a strong album, but you seem particularly happy with this album.
Yeah, it's nice, it's nice to get one how you want it, Nice to get a record like that. But yeah, I'm happy with it.
You find this, because songwriting is easy for you, Ian, you said now?
Now it is, yeah. It's a breeze.
I thought it was the contrary with the years, that it was tougher and tougher to write good songs. In your case, it's the contrary.
In the past, we were trying too hard, I think, sometimes. Now it just flows very, not really afraid of criticism or whatever. It's more for ourselves. We're making music for ourselves.
And you know what mistakes to avoid?
Yes.
So you made mistakes in the past?
Sure.
Ah, OK. Donc, il a fait des erreurs dans le passé, c'est sûr et certain. Ils adorent leur nouvel album. Billy, il en est absolument très fier. Et pour Ian, il disait, lui, que c'est plus les années avancent, plus c'est facile d'écrire des chansons. Moi, je pensais que c'était le contraire, que plus ça avançait, plus c'était difficile pour des artistes de faire des bonnes chansons. Mais ça prouve que c'est vraiment des auteurs-compositeurs hors pair, parce que c'est vraiment un très, très bon disque. Et ils évitent les erreurs avec les années, sûr et certain. Also, you said that it was a very honest record. You didn't try to follow any fashion. Have you tried to follow fashions in the past?
I said that?
Well, I checked
Somebody
the EPK. No?
Did I say that?
He's a true fashion victim, Billy.
Oh, yeah, I'm Mr. Fashion.
I don't think you've followed any, ever followed any fashion.
No, not really. No, I don't think we followed a trend. I think the cult actually have mostly been out of sync with popular music.
It's true.
I think we've definitely, we've just arrived at places musically either before other bands or after them or whatever.
You follow your own path.
Yeah, I think so. If you look at the history of the band now over 11 years, you can start seeing where we were a little bit ahead of the game.
Do you think you've influenced people?
I don't know. I really don't know about that, It's hard to say. I would hope so.
Donc, c'est un album qui est assez honnête de la part de Cult et ils n'ont pas essayé de suivre aucune mode. Billy dit, je pense pas qu'on ait vraiment jamais essayé de suivre aucune mode. Il dit, si tu dis notre groupe, tu le compares avec d'autres, on a vraiment un son assez unique quand même. Et je lui demandais s'il avait influencé d'autres mondes. Ben, il dit, je ne sais pas, mais peut-être. Apparently, sorry, Billy. Sorry to interrupt you. You're not too crazy about the Ceremony album? You said that. I think so.
I don't think either of us were very pleased with the Ceremony album.
No?
I don't think.
What? We were not a band at the time? You were not a band at the time?
Well, there was only two of us for a start, and we didn't really get the producer that we wanted.
Richie Zito produced it?
Yeah.
He certainly did.
Yes?
He had a go at it, yeah.
I thought the name was bizarre. The Cult and Richie Zito, I'm familiar with what he produced.
It was just a weird time because, like Billy said, we weren't a band. But I think the only thing, we didn't know what to do at that time. It's really easy in hindsight to go back and say we should have done this, but I think that we really felt we had to make another record as quickly as possible. So just pressure on us to make a commercial follow-up to Sonic Temple. It was so successful. There was a lot of pressure there. So we just went in and made a record. And instead of evolving and taking time and, taking care of maybe putting together a band like we have together now, we went in and did it, but we had to, it's all part of evolution.
We've gotten into the habit of making records with session drummers. And I mean, we've had the same lineup, anybody that knows the band knows Jamie was the bass player for 7 years. We had a pretty solid lineup, and it's easier when that's the case just to use a session drummer. Due to circumstances like the Love album was the guy from Big Country, and then Electric we had Les, and that was the last time that we actually had the same band who recorded an album and then went on tour for a year. We haven't had that since then. That was pretty close to being that was quite a laugh actually, the Electric period. We had good fun then. That was quite harmonious, and it's a lot easier. I just forgotten how easy it is to make music when you've actually got a real band together. So, but we just couldn't find the right musicians for Ceremony. It was, it just couldn't come together. We really tried for like months to try and find bass players and drummers, and we just couldn't find the right blend. Getting a drummer, if you've got three of you and just getting a drummer is a lot easier than just having no rhythm section at all. you know, and it's murder, you know, it was a lot of difficult, and I think that manifested itself ultimately in Ceremony, you know.
Donc, Cérémonie, c'est un album assez difficile apparemment pour le groupe. Ils n'ont pas eu le réalisateur qu'ils voulaient, c'est Richie Zito qui a réalisé, puis ça a donné. Aussi, ils cherchaient une section rythmique, ça marchait pas vraiment. Donc, ils n'ont pas été très, très, très satisfaits. Mais il y a eu le changement radical, il y a eu comme une cassure dans le groupe et ils nous ont donné The Witch. The Witch is a totally, radically different song. It's... when I presented it first at the radio, I have a radio show, yeah. I didn't mention your name. I said, guess who it is, right. Because it's so different.
Did anybody guess?
I didn't take phone calls, but why such a radical move?
I think part of it was rooted in some of the influences that we were having in the early 90s, like about 1990. It was just really evident what was happening in England. Much more rhythmic orientated stuff, and I think some of Rick's ideas about, you know, really wanting to dry things out again with the band. Mm-hmm. But a lot of it was our observations. It was just a perfect marriage with Rick. It was a one-off for a movie. It was a really eclectic track. It was kind of like so different, far removed from anything else we did, but it was a really good beginning for the future. You know, it got away from the sort of very ambient, big rock recordings that we were used to, and gone back to something that was much more dry and organic, and much more rhythm orientated. And I think it's a lot more. It's a good indication of where we're going in the future.
Donc, en fin de compte, The Witch, ça a été la cassure entre le passé et le futur du groupe de Cult. Si ça vous dit pas grand-chose, vous allez voir que c'est un son assez radical. On regarde le clip The Witch avec The Cult et on revient avec eux. Hein, c'est 1 heure avec The Cult. Avec The Cult, n'oubliez pas, le nouvel album sort le 5 octobre. Ian, your hair have changed a lot over the years.
Get your hair cut.
Not only your music has changed, but the hair too. Has your attitude changed over the years?
My attitude? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because you have a son now. Is Dusty?
You're Dusty.
Dusty. Il y a un fils maintenant. Il est comme en arrière, on le voit pas, mais il y a à peu près 17 mois, le fils de Ian. How is it to be a father?
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It changed your life?
Yeah, it made things very focused for me. Got my priorities in order. Definitely.
It helped you?
Yeah, very much so. I think that one of the things about having a son is that really give me a lot of impetus to just a lot more clarity in my lyrics and.
Really?
You know, yeah. I think so. Yeah. Very much more so.
Donc, Ian a un fils de 17 mois et ça l'a aidé énormément à focusser un peu sa vie, même beaucoup de clarté aussi dans ses paroles apparemment, parce que Ian n'a pas eu toujours la vie très 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 facile dans le passé. Let's talk about you're releasing. Sorry guys, I don't want to interrupt, but you know if
I haven't got a son, so I've got nothing to talk about on this.
One day, do you want a son?
I'd like 2 sons.
Yeah, 2
sons and a daughter.
OK, d'accord. Donc, Billy veut deux enfants.
Oui,
Craig a un enfant également, mais Billy veut deux gars et une fille. Fait qu'à vous intéresser. Mais ils vont sortir 2 chansons. You're releasing 2 singles. Coming Down, which we've heard earlier.
Yes.
And also Gone.
Gone.
That's for what? Because there's a lot of that F word in that song. I played it on my radio show last week. Yes. Fuck, you know that word?
Fuck.
Okay. So it's in there. It's not a big deal. But you're releasing, why two singles?
Yeah, why?
This is just some promotional thing the record company wanted to put out. You know, just a taster for the album. Mm-hmm. We did it on vinyl only.
Only
on vinyl.
And there's a remix on the B-side. Will that remix be available?
Is there a remix on the... Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a remix.
All right.
Yeah.
Just checking in there.
Just checking in. The remix is on the B-side of that. Isn't on the CD for Coming Down.
So it's not available, in fact.
No. Other than on that very
piece of vinyl here.
Piece of collectible vinyl there. I think there's 2,500 of that. That's it. In the world.
In the world.
Yeah, so it's like promotional thing. Really.
OK. Donc, ce 45 tours qui s'appelle Gone, il y en a 2500 copies à travers le monde. Soit dit en passant, je le jouerai ce soir à mon émission de radio. Et il y a un remix. Il y a une tapissure. Dit oui, il y a un remix sur la face B, c'est vrai. Et ça, c'est vraiment juste. Ça sortira pas comme c'est en 45 tours, bien sûr, mais le vrai extrait, c'est plutôt l'autre chanson dont on a entendu un extrait plus tôt. On va vous les montrer sur scène. C'est au Brixton Academy. Et c'est en Angleterre. On va les voir sur scène faire la chanson Gone quelques instants. On stage, yeah, from the EPK.
your anger didn't carry you too far. What you expect anyway? Well, there's no patience left in your shattered little self. You haven't got a fucking thing to say. On your
We've taken like an independent band. I mean, we used to put our own little leaflets in our records when we started with the Death Cult, and they used to go out. We printed our own information things. We know about that. We started like that, and it shows that you can take a band from that, and you can take it all the way to playing like Madison Square Garden in New York, and playing like, you know, football grounds full of people. We've done that, and we've done all the stages in between, and we've had the ups and downs, and I would just hope that bands would maybe, you know, young bands would find it inspirational that you can still have a control of what you do 10 years after you start and still be happy about the music you make and satisfied, like we are with this new album.
Band for me, and that's what I'm looking at. You know, I mean, I know that there's the history there, and we're going to have to all deal with that, you know, because, you know, they've done a lot of good things, they've done dodgy things, they've done all sorts of things. But for us, as this band it is now, this is it, you know, this is day one, you know, and that's it.
That's what made me excited to work on this, with this band, was the, you know, I hadn't really, the only record I'd really heard was the Love album. So it's like, I was like, this is a great chance for me to bring something new to the band because I'm so outside of it. You know, it's just, I'm just clueless in that whole genre, really. So for me, it was like a real challenge to come in and not know, you know.
You still don't know, do you?
I don't know. I don't know at all.
yeah, you're high all alone. Yeah, you're 17, you're wasted, you don't give a damn. All you want to do is get stoned. Well, thank you.
C'était The Cult à Brixton Academy en Angleterre qui faisait la chanson Gone. Je ne sais pas si on va avoir un clip. Are you shooting a video for this song?
Not Gone, no.
Not Gone,
No.
Only for Coming Down?
Coming Down, we've done it.
You've done it, and you've done it with Jake Scott.
Poor Boyd.
I had wrong information.
Jake Scott flaked on us.
Okay,
He's funding a feature film, so he's doing all his commercials. So he put his back like 6 times, so he told him to stuff it.
Stuff it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So working with Paul Boyd, who did The Witch and Heart of Soul.
OK.
Yeah.
Paul Boyd. Donc, le clip pour Coming Down, je croyais que ça devait être Jake Scott, qui est le fils de Ridley Scott, qui a travaillé sur Blade Runner, mais finalement, ça n'a pas marché. Fait que le groupe l'a flushé. Un point, c'est tout. Ils ont travaillé avec Paul Boyd, qui a fait The Witch. D'ailleurs, a gagné un prix au Festival de films de Toronto. The Witch won a prize at the Festival Film.
I believe it won a prize for internet. I think it was New Cinema.
Donc, pour le nouveau cinéma.
Yeah.
C'est pour ça qu'ils
It
ont...
went to Sundance as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
You had
got
a nice
lot of
time,
little
didn't
awards. It did.
Skied a bit.
Had a life of its own, that little
A nice little time.
What does the new video look like for Coming Down?
You'll have to wait and see. It's
Okay.
different. It's got a really different element to it. You'll have to see. I can't explain it.
No?
No.
It's not a story. Are you on stage? Is it a performance video?
There's
No?
a performance in it. It's
Yeah.
sort of like part narrative and part performance, but it's got an edge to it. It's very earthly. Very earthy.
OK, donc apparemment, il va falloir attendre et voir le nouveau clip pour Coming Down parce que c'est comme très difficile à décrire. Il y a un bout prestation, un bout un peu plus narratif et il va falloir attendre. Un point, c'est tout. Maintenant, on va remonter dans le temps. Je vais voir, je ne les verrai pas, vous autres à la maison. Vous ne voyez pas les grimaces qu'ils font quand ils regardent leur vieux clip, mais voici The Cult avec She Sells Sanctuary et on revient ensuite après. Billy a vraiment de l'air à aimer cette vidéo-là. You really like this one, eh, Billy? No, hein?
No, that's not one of our favourite videos. In fact, it's not even supposed to have been ever released.
Okay.
But
You've done it. Too late.
well, we've done a lot of things, but they don't necessarily mean they have to be broadcast for public consumption. That one is not. I wouldn't say that one's approved by the band, but very funny.
Special tribute to Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween,
Yeah.
it's coming soon.
Yeah,
about
it's
a
like
month.
incredible clothes, dress sense in that one.
Donc, Billy a un peu honte de ce clip-là. En fait, il dit que ça n'a pas vraiment été approuvé par le groupe. Il dit, c'est quand la compagnie vous demande de faire 2 clips pour le même budget, c'est une horreur totale. Il le déteste. Let's talk about lyrics. I had no lyric sheets because I only had an advance cassette, but in the song Gone, you finish, all you want to do is get stoned, and I think there's another song about drugs to Emperor's New Horse. Did I understand correctly?
That's not about drugs.
No?
No.
You just mentioned
And
drugs?
in the song Gone, I'm talking about more a state of mind than actually getting stoned. It says, high on your own, gone, you're stoned. It's talking about like, being so gone on your own anger. You know, high in your own anger. You see nothing.
OK.
That's all.
Donc, Gone, c'est pas une chanson à propos de la drogue, mais c'est plutôt à propos d'être... T'es comme high, si tu veux, sur... T'es fâché, un point c'est tout. Donc, c'est ça, c'est pas à propos de la drogue du tout. And Emperor's New Horse is not about drugs either?
No.
No? OK, that's
It's about a
it.
horse.
C'est à propos d'un cheval. On est loin de la drogue, peut-être des stéroïdes, on ne sait
It's
jamais.
actually a fashion song. It's about clothes, and we have been very influential in clothing over the past.
In clothing.
Yeah.
And the song Sacred Life, you mentioned River Phoenix and Kurt Cobain. Andy Kaufman is a comedian.
Who?
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman?
No, it's
Who's that?
Abby Hoffman.
It's a brother
Abby
of our
Hoffman,
old
okay.
manager.
Abby Hoffman?
Abby Hoffman, yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
Abby Hoffman.
He was a yippie. You know what yippies were in the 60s?
Yeah.
A radical.
Okay, hippie.
He was a yippie.
A yippie?
Like Jerry Rubin. Fuck the pigs and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's just a really sincere guy, you know, and it's sad he passed away because he became disillusioned with what the 60s generation became. I identify with him. And Andrew Wood in the song was a friend. Kurt Cobain was somebody I was a fan of. I've related to him.
Have you ever met him?
As a father. No, I never met him at all. But the song Sacred Life is just, it's very simple. It talks about how I felt when these people passed away. It talks about my emotions. I'm not trying to put them on a pedestal or...
No.
Or it's a tribute to any of them.
Okay.
Just ask the question, what's sacred in your life, you know? So when I see other people destroy their lives in that way, it just makes you feel for your own mortality.
Donc, Sacred Life, c'est une chanson à propos de gens qui sont morts. C'était pas Andy Kaufman, comme je pensais. J'avais mal entendu parce que j'avais pas les paroles. C'est Abby Kaufman, qui est un hippie dans les années 60. Ensuite, Kurt Cobain, Andrew Wood, qui était le chanteur de Mother of Love Bone, le comédien River Phoenix également. Il dit, je sais pas les mettre sur un piédestal ou rien du genre, mais c'est juste la façon dont Ian se sentait quand il a appris que ces gens-là sont morts. Et on va écouter un extrait de la chanson Sacred Life, qui est une des chansons fortes de l'album. On écoute ça. That could be a single. Will it
Would you
be?
like it to be a single?
Yeah. Really,
It's hard with singles because with this album we never really had commercial choices. Some stuff's more obvious, but like the first single's Coming Down, second single, we've got a couple of ideas, third single we have no idea, we just take it as it comes.
Because it's a nice song, it's got a good groove to it.
Yeah, it's got a good groove and it's very melodic.
I like it. Donc ça pourrait être un bon extrait. Il dit, t'aimerais-tu ça que ça sorte en 45 tours? J'ai dit oui, peut-être. Mais il dit, c'est pas sûr, c'est vraiment pas sûr pour l'instant. Let's go back to the ceremony tour. Apparently, for a while, you didn't talk to each other, or what's at the very...
Apparently.
Apparently?
Why do you think they're sitting on either side of you?
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, apparently.
What was the problem then?
I've no idea.
No?
I've only found out about that since I came to Canada yesterday. I've been asked the same question 5 times What happened? So maybe somebody in Canada released something that, because we haven't been asked it in any other country, only in Canada. So maybe somebody in Canada wrote something that maybe they didn't really.
In this country, you sit apart.
Yeah, well, we'd sit on the same chair, but I think it might be illegal.
Donc, il dit, ça fait 5 fois que je me fais poser la même question parce que je leur demande, apparemment, vous n'êtes pas beaucoup parlé durant la tournée de cérémonie, puis il dit, c'est bizarre, il dit, depuis que je suis arrivé au Canada, je me fais demander cette question-là, peut-être qu'il y a un problème. Il dit, regarde, on n'est pas assis d'ailleurs ensemble, c'est peut-être la raison d'ailleurs. Also, things were probably not going too well because you fired your bassist and your drummer at the time.
Well, no, that's all wrong. What happened was, we didn't actually, we didn't really spend a lot of time together on the Sonic Temple tour. We had 2 different buses, and we that was the period where we had very different lifestyle needs at that point. Needs being the operative word.
It was a fashion split.
We used to see each other, honestly, for about 4 months. We only saw each other when we came to the back of the stage to go on. Remember that?
Maybe
oh, hello, how's it going?
Maybe it's better like that sometimes to just...
That was just then. I mean, actually, the ceremony tour was great. It was really good. I mean, it wasn't a problem. And there was certainly no problem with the 2 guys, Michael Lee, who played drums on the ceremony tour, and Kinley.
Okay.
There was no personality problems whatsoever. It was just stylistically, we'd realised that at the end of the ceremony tour, we were going to change. You know, we had a fairly good idea of the direction we were going to go, and we didn't feel that those 2 guys, although they were good at playing the old stuff, we weren't terribly happy, and we didn't feel that they were going to be the type of players that we wanted for the future. And that's why we made the decision to let them go. We also changed our manager at that point as well, and we had a lot of things, business hassles after the ceremony tour, which made it take a long time to get to the place where we could form a new band and get to the new record. You know, it just took a little time.
Donc, c'est complètement faux de dire que ça allait très, très mal sur la tournée cérémonie. Ils n'étaient pas dans le même autobus, un point c'est tout. Et il dit on avait une différence au niveau de la mode. C'est une joke, probablement, sur certains. Et aussi, ils ne détestaient pas leur bassiste et leur batteur. C'est juste que, de façon, le style allait pas tout à fait. Ça allait bien pour jouer les vieilles chansons, mais les nouvelles, ça allait moins bien. Donc, c'est en fin de compte. Et puis même que ça a été très, très bien durant la tournée cérémonie. C'est juste qu'ils se voyaient un peu moins. Des fois, c'est peut-être mieux de même comme un couple qui prend des vacances. À un moment donné, après ça, ils reviennent un peu plus en forme. Et c'est le cas pour le nouveau disque. On va s'arrêter pour le temps d'une petite pause et on va revenir. Il nous reste un petit 10-15 minutes peut-être à passer avec le groupe de Claude. Restez avec nous. Ça, c'est le nouveau membre. You didn't tell me you had a 5th member in your band.
It's on your guitar player.
Ça, c'est le nouveau guitariste. Ah, c'est lui. C'est lui le guitariste qui va les accompagner sur scène. Do you think you're devoted... What will your devoted fans think about the new album?
Oh, well, I hope they enjoy it. I hope, you know, I really hope they enjoy it.
Because you already think that you'll get good reviews from this album.
Well, yeah, I mean, reviews don't really matter, though. You know, my personal philosophy is that usually the worse the reviews we get, the better the albums sell, so...
Yeah, so slag this album off, please.
So if anybody wants to say this album's really shitty, please do. Because normally the ones that get the worst. Yeah, as regards to the fans, I think the fans will like it. The songs are good. There's a lot of effort and care been put into the songs, and, you know, a lot of albums you buy, I don't know whether you think this, viewers, but you buy an album, there's 3 good tracks, and the rest of it's like, by the time you get to the second side, you start going like, we think that it's probably got a little more depth.
Absolutely.
This record, it goes, you know, it's a good album all the way through.
Donc, les critiques, ils s'en foutent éperdument, point c'est tout, c'est le fun pour moi. Et puis, ils disent que les pires critiques qu'ils ont d'habitude, ils vendent des millions. Fait que, ils disent, si on peut avoir des critiques pourries, on en vend des disques, c'est ça qui est important. Et les fans, probablement, vont aimer ça. C'est surtout, Billy dit, un album fort. Il n'y a pas comme juste 2-3 bonnes chansons. L'album au complet est intéressant. On va écouter un autre extrait, la chanson qui s'appelle Star. c'est pas très long comme extrait, mais quand même, c'est un très très bon disque. Ce sera en magasin le 5 octobre. Je vais leur parler de la tournée maintenant. When you're in your promotional tour, but how about concerts?
Concerts Canada, I would suspect be February.
February.
I would guess.
And you're currently rehearsing in Vancouver?
Yeah, we're on our way to Vancouver. We're going to rehearse, and we're actually going to record some songs that we started on the session for the new album, and we couldn't finish them all because we had about 20.
Really?
So we're going back to finish a few.
And to be released?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, you know. Maybe we just don't know yet. We might do like an EP or something, or
okay.
They might even form the basis for the next record. It really depends, you know.
But there are strong ideas.
Yeah.
Donc, il y a une tournée de spectacles, ils sont en tournée de promotion, ils s'en vont à Toronto. D'ailleurs, c'est leur premier arrêt au Canada, ici. Et puis, ils se pratiquent présentement à Vancouver. On devrait les voir en spectacle au Canada vers le mois de février. Aussi, ils vont retourner en studio. Ils vont retourner en studio pour faire d'autres chansons, des idées qu'ils ont eues lorsqu'ils enregistraient l'album. Ils ont écrit une vingtaine de chansons à peu près. Ils veulent les compléter, c'est sûr et certain, parce que ce sont des idées fortes. Et on retrouvera ça peut-être sur un super maxi éventuel, ou encore peut-être sur le prochain album. And when can we expect the video, Ian?
Video, probably next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks?
Yeah, we finished it. Saturday we had a look at it. Hopefully we'll get a copy Tuesday, Wednesday to finalize it. And I guess you guys will be getting it in the next 2 weeks.
OK, donc au cours des 2 prochaines semaines, on devrait avoir le clip pour l'album, c'est sûr et certain. Et, who makes the best music? British people or American now? Because the face of music has changed a lot over the last 5-10 years.
Is that the contest?
Who are the
American?
That's a bit of a loaded question, isn't it?
That's a bit of a heavy question for a Canadian to ask, isn't it? Ooh, a bit heavy there. I don't know.
Who are the more innovative musicians these days?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't like to really get into that nationalistic type stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't want to say, that they're the best, but,
No, I understand what you're saying. I've never really looked upon music as kind of being something that you kind of wear like patriotic. You know, I think that's one of the things that music is supposed to smooth over. You know, so I don't even really think in terms of it's just good music or bad music. I don't think it should have a nationality. You know?
Donc, il ne veut pas s'impliquer. C'est pas les Américains ou les Britanniques qui font la meilleure musique. Il dit, je ne vais pas m'impliquer, un point, c'est tout. Donc, thanks a lot for stepping at MusiquePlus. Have fun. You have a great album. Ça sort le 5 octobre. Et voici Edie Ciao, baby.